FBI investigators exposed 2 streaming sites, Jetflix and iStream It All, and they've arrested some people. I didn't know about either of these, by the way. I just thought this was interesting because apparently there was way more content in these places than the actual legal places to get content. They did a comparison next to Netflix and Amazon. Jetflix and iStream It All offer more movies and TV episodes than Amazon and Netflix combined. That's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough to compete against. This is coming via Journal transcript, but it was reported in a number of places. 2 Los Angeles-based programmers pleaded guilty for running the illegal video streaming sites. They had more content than Amazon Prime, Vudu, Hulu, and Netflix. And they found a way to actually earn money from this by having subscriptions and doing most of it through email. Apparently, the claim here is they made more than $1 million. And they're being charged with copyright infringement now. They offered 11,000 movies and 118,000 TV episodes. And apparently, they had several hundred paid subscribers. Several hundred. How do you make $1 million off several hundred subscribers? I guess it's including the ad revenue. I don't know what kind of setup these sites have, but it's an interesting topic because the pirating thing. I remember growing up, everybody was pirating stuff.
Yeah, Napster.
It was like a kind of it was a weird time because most of the content providers had not figured out the internet at all, nor cared to prior to iTunes. Napster's a good one. Kazaa.
Yeah.
You remember Kazaa?
Yeah.
Kazaa? Whatever it was. LimeWire.
Yeah.
It was just... And then torrents popped up after that. uTorrent.
Yep.
Pirate Bay obviously was a big one. But around the torrent time was the traditional media providers had kind of figured it out. There were options, but in the early days, you couldn't even get stuff. Mm-hmm. It was hard to even find a way to get it. But of course, over time, the process of getting content through the web has changed substantially. And you have products like Amazon, Netflix, Hulu. And so you hear about pirating less frequently. At least I do in my life. Mm-hmm. I got all the services. I'm going broke on these services. Yeah. I don't have Disney yet. Maybe I should give that one a shot. I should try that one out because that one's doing really well. They had like 22 million. They released some figures. They got 22 million users already. Impressive. People love it. Mandalorian, people love it.
Baby Yoda.
My Twitter feed. Star Wars, man, everywhere. They got a new movie, and they got a Baby Yoda, and they got a Disney Plus.
Yeah, you can't beat that.
Holy moly. And you got Reed Hastings. He's just trying to run a business. And you got to deal with Baby Yoda now. I mean, what can he do? He didn't have any babies.
Yeah. Baby Yoda just sits there, acts cute, and then he just...
Although Jack's watching a new documentary on Netflix, so at least they got that. He's really into it. He talks about it every day. We're not gonna go into it. Yeah. Jack's a bit twisted, so we're not gonna go into it. No, we're not gonna talk about it. We'll let you off the hook on this one, Jack. Yeah, we'll let Jack off the hook. Anyway, criminal distribution of copyrighted work. And I don't know what the punishment is for this. It probably has something to do with the amount of earnings. The earnings from piracy are estimated at over $1 million for this group. And the customers were targeted through emails to subscribe to services. I don't know how this all works, but I remember back in the day, what was it? What was that music site? Did you ever get into, was it Waffle? No. Man, there were some places you really wanted to be, if I recall correctly. Was it waffle.fm? Was that something? I have this wrong. It wasn't called that. But there were some really cool ones. If you were really cool, you'd be in there. And you'd be like, get me an invite to that one. I think TV torrents used to work like that.
Well, MIRC, like if you're in a certain channel, then man, you can get anything.
Easy, Will.
I've never used MIRC.
Easy, man. Anyway, yeah, it's definitely a different time now. There's less of an excuse for doing it now because there are ways to get pretty much everything you're looking for. Granted, there are still probably some circumstances in which you can't find some things, or it's more difficult in the region you're in.
Uh-huh.
So there's a lot of reasons for all this. But anyway, these two guys got caught. The FBI was on the case. So the FBI is still working as well, by the way, to be clear. The FBI, they're still doing work. They're still tracking people down.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, if you were wondering if the FBI was still doing that, they are.
They're still doing their job.
They're still looking for pirates is what I'm trying to say.